Hi guys, today I want to show you another London system. I played black against the London, so d4, knight f6, and here the first move bishop f4. And here I like this very nice sideline with c6. Our intention will be to play against this bishop using a couple of moves like we want to bring the queen out to queen b6, attack this weak b2 point. You see the bishop has left the station here, which means we can attack it more easily. After which white will often reply with either b3 or queen c1. Both moves are a concession for white. For the rest, we also want to play moves like d6, blunting this bishop, controlling the e5 square. When this knight moves and interrupts this diagonal for the queen. Sorry. So the knight is here, so this queen doesn't cover h5. Then we can jump to h5, harass this bishop. The bishop will often drop back to g3, after which we can take it. White will probably recapture h6, g3, and then we continue with g6 and bishop g7. So let's see the game. Knight f3. Here I think it was already possible to play knight h5. Yeah, I played queen b6 first. So e3. I could have taken here, but I didn't really like the complications. So I played first d6. So white protects by playing b3. And now we are in a good position to play knight h5, fight against this dark squared bishop. So the key of playing against the London system in this line and a lot of other lines is to play against this bishop. In this line we often do it by playing knight h5, knight f4, also putting this pawn here so it can't escape. Sometimes we might even play h6 so that it can't even escape here. If white should play slow, that's certainly something we can try. In other variations, you might want to challenge it with bishop d6, but probably you almost always want to challenge this piece. So here bishop g3, and we don't hesitate to take it. White will hope that he's got something on the h-file, but with our fianchetto setup it's not so easy. So bishop g6, bishop d3, a move that's used to prevent bishop f5. So I guess maybe we could have played bishop f5 on this move, even though, yeah, the engine does like g6. Don't think it matters too much in the end. Looks like g6 is a better move here. So bishop d3. Obviously we can't put the bishop on f5, but we can definitely think of putting it on g4 later. So bishop g7, c3. White's worried maybe about some tactics here on the diagonal. We castle, and white gets a little over ambitious, immediately attacking this h6. But we don't care, we trust in the solidity of our position. If you notice, then, well, white only has 2 pieces in the attack. Well, you might say 3, but at the moment this pawn chain is doing a really good job of protecting this g6 square. So even with a sacrifice on h7, well, we're going to play h6, but even then we still have 1 pawn left to recapture here. So h6, the knight retreats, and now if you can see, we are castled. We have 2 pieces developed. Black has 2. You could argue 3 pieces developed, but his king is in the center. And all of these pieces are on the back rank. That's not such a great, just a great thing for white. You might say, well, our pieces are also on the back rank. That's true, but we are already castled. It is our move, and we are using it to play c5, break in the center. Knight d2. Now maybe this wasn't totally necessary, but I played here queen c7, so preventing knight c4. Well, we are putting the queen on a better square. Probably wasn't totally necessary, but usually it is a good move. Whenever you see the knight ready to jump to d4, jump to c4, you drop back the queen. For example, c7, maybe d8. I guess in many cases c7 is better, since once you develop these pieces, the rooks have room to move to the e file, the d file, the c file, wherever you want to put it. So c takes d4, and here white should have taken c takes d4, but he takes with the e pawn. And here we immediately take advantage of white's well, rather passive position, this powerful bishop, and we break in the center with e5. d5 is obviously not such a good move, so here we play f5, threatening e4. This was a mistake by white, so we can just go e4. White maybe hopes to get something by sacrificing material, but well, we can here play bishop f5, trade a bunch of pieces, and then we are definitely better. So here I took, and after queen takes c3, white resigned. I think he could have played on, since well, queen takes c3 probably wasn't the most accurate, although the engine does like it. White does have some counterplay because this pawn here drops, but we will chase the rook away. Or well, maybe this comes to h4. In any case, black should be able to win this. So let's also see here the evaluation, the engine evaluation. So let's see here, I made one mistake. So what was better here? I guess, not sure. I didn't like this because of possible knight f6 ideas. Maybe it was just good to continue developing. Maybe knight d7. Yeah. And well, so you can see here we could have taken, but this was a blitz game and I didn't really like the complications. You see white does gain a couple of tempi on the queen, and while it's definitely good for us, in this blitz game I preferred to just play it a little bit more slow, don't cash in immediately, continue with our development. So you see here we chase the bishop. As usual, we took it, yeah, bishop g4, bishop g7, good moves, both of them. Here white got a little over ambitious, so we could just chase the knight away here. c5, important motive, you see the queen, bishop and pawn all put a lot of pressure on white center. Here looks like bishop g4 was a good move, just continuing with development. So white should have taken, but after the queen trade, white can't really hope for the attack he usually gets in the London opening. So here looks like knight c6 also was a good move. e5 was okay, but not the best it seems. This was a mistake since, well, it allows us to build a big pawn-centered threat in e4, which our opponent either missed or he was too optimistic about his attack. So here bishop f5, pinning the knight to the queen. And yeah, knight d7 or knight a6, both good moves. The point being probably to bring one of these rooks to the c-file. And as you can see, with well, we avoided by playing this c6, we avoided a lot of the c6 and queen b6, these combinations of moves. We avoided a lot of the normal theory. You know, London players, they like their familiar setup, and I think this is a nice way to try to get them out of their own lines, out of their own comfort zone. And it's definitely a very solid and I think quite an easy way to play. Definitely worth a try if you're looking for something against the London system. And if white tries to play knight f3, going into the London by first playing knight f3, of course you don't know, but maybe you can do some research what they otherwise play. And if here bishop f4, I recommend c5, and you can look into this some more by yourself. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe or leave a comment, and I will see you in one of the next videos.